Who do I got, DDP or Chimaev? Honestly, I mean, I think too many people are counting out Chimaev's cardio. I think where Khabib said it best, if he stands up with him and strikes with him, I think he'll do well. DDP is an awkward style, but he does get hit a lot. And he breaks a lot of guys with fatigue. If Chimaev doesn't come out super hard in the first round, trying to take him down and letting out all his energy, I think he'll be fine if he keeps it standing. And then maybe the later rounds, you try to wear on him a little bit, but you don't want to go out for that kill in the first round. And DDP just plays defensively. He's strong, obviously. And then you end up burning yourself out for 4 rounds. So he needs to be smart, especially in this 5-round fight. But I got Chimaev. I think Chimaev's a lot crisper on the feet and definitely crisper on the ground.
Belal Muhammad has just sent a clear warning message to Dricus Du Plessis ahead of his massive showdown with Khamzat Chimaev at UFC 319. And trust me, what Remember the Name had to say might just change how you're looking at this middleweight title fight. Stick around because we're breaking down Muhammad's bold prediction, Chimaev's cardio concerns, and why this August 16th clash in Chicago could go very differently than most people expect.
And if we go up, if what's his name, Dricus still has the title, he beats what's his face, Adesanya, and he was trying to talk tough to me, I'll go smack him around, try to get 2 belts.
Let's dive straight into the bomb that Belal Muhammad just dropped. Despite having his own history and feud with Khamzat Chimaev, Muhammad is actually backing Borz to defeat the South African champion. But here's the kicker. He's also sending a direct warning to Du Plessis about what's coming his way. Muhammad's exact words were, DDP has an awkward style, but he does get hit a lot, and he breaks a lot of guys with fatigue. If Chimaev doesn't come out super hard in the first round, trying to take him down and letting out all his energy, I think he'll be fine if he keeps it standing.
Are counting out Chimaev's cardio. I think where Khabib said it best, if he stands up with him and strikes with him, I think he'll do well. DDP is an awkward style, but he does get hit a lot. And he breaks a lot of guys with fatigue. If Chimaev doesn't come out super hard in the first round, trying to take him down and letting out all his energy, I think he'll be fine if he keeps it.
This is huge, fight fans. Muhammad is essentially telling Du Plessis that his usual game plan of wearing opponents down through fatigue might not work against a disciplined Chimaev. He's warning that if Khamzat manages his energy properly, DDP's vulnerability to getting hit could be his downfall. Remember, this is coming from a former champion who knows both fighters intimately. Muhammad has faced elite competition and understands the technical aspects that casual fans might miss. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Muhammad's key advice for Chimaev centers around one crucial element, pacing in the first round. The welterweight champion stated, Chimaev needs to pace himself in first round. If Chimaev doesn't come out super hard in the first round, trying to take him down and letting out all his energy, I think he'll be fine if he keeps it standing.
If Chimaev doesn't come out super hard in the first round, trying to take him down and letting out all his energy, I think he'll be fine if he's.
This strategy advice is backed by none other than Khabib Nurmagomedov, who Muhammad referenced in his prediction. The Dagestani legend suggested that Chimaev should utilize his striking more against Du Plessis rather than immediately going for takedowns.
Du Plessis versus Khamzat Chimaev. How do you feel about this fight, and where do you see this fight?
Remember, Khamzat never have a conditioning problem before this. After COVID, it really messed him up. And I was there. He was bleeding, like throwing up like bloods. And he was in Vegas, right? But as far as I know now, he's in Russia. He's in camp. He's focused. It's hard to bet against focused Khamzat, healthy Khamzat, but also this Du Plessis guy. Like the way he wins, I was like, how this guy win? Like he's just so tough, so durable. He's a warrior, man. He really is a warrior.
Think about it. Chimaev's biggest criticism throughout his UFC career has been his cardio issues. We've seen him gas out in fights when he goes all out from the opening bell, but Muhammad believes that if Borz fights smart, keeps it standing early, and doesn't burn himself out with wrestling attempts, he could dominate Du Plessis on the feet. This completely flips the script on how most people are analyzing this fight. Let's break down why Muhammad's prediction makes technical sense. He stated, I got Chimaev. I think Chimaev is a lot crisper on the feet, and definitely crisper on the ground.
Too many people are counting out Chimaev's cardio. I think where Khabib said it best, if he stands up with him and strikes with him, I think he'll do well. DDP is an awkward style, but he does get hit a lot. And he breaks a lot of guys with fatigue. If Chimaev doesn't come out super hard in the first round, trying to take him down and letting out all his energy. I think he'll be fine if he keeps it standing.
Muhammad is highlighting something many fans overlook. Chimaev's striking has evolved tremendously. While everyone focuses on his wrestling dominance, Borz has shown significant improvements in his stand-up game. On the other hand, Du Plessis, despite his success, does have defensive vulnerabilities. Muhammad pointed out that DDP does get hit a lot, and this is statistically accurate. Du Plessis tends to absorb damage while working his opponents down through pace and pressure.
But you failed to mention that you can sing.
How that whole thing came about. And I said, well, if I have a mask on, that means nobody knows it's me. And I can just go crazy and,
Yeah, you can be yourself.
I just went at it. Little did I know that when you lose, you have to take off your mask. And then perform it without the mask. I was having the best time. And when I got voted off, they're like, okay, we're doing an unmasking. And I said, what do you mean? We're doing an unmasking.
And then you
And
didn't
then
know?
it was me. And they were like, okay, now singing for the last time. And they just handed me the mic and the music started playing. And yeah, I just had to sing.
The key insight here is that Du Plessis typically breaks opponents through fatigue in later rounds. His awkward style and relentless pace wear down fighters over time. But if Chimaev can avoid early wrestling exchanges and keep the fight standing while landing clean shots, he could potentially hurt Du Plessis before the South African's usual game plan takes effect. Muhammad emphasized, "You don't want to go out for the kill in that first round and end up burning yourself for 4 rounds." What makes this prediction even more intriguing is the history between Muhammad and Chimaev. These two have had their share of heated exchanges, with Chimaev even trying to set up a potential title fight before moving permanently to middleweight. Despite their past animosity, Muhammad is putting aside personal feelings to give what he believes is an honest technical assessment. This shows the respect these elite fighters have for the sport and their analytical understanding of matchups. It's also worth noting that Chimaev earned this title shot by absolutely crushing Robert Whittaker at UFC 308, breaking the former champion's jaw with a devastating submission. Meanwhile, Du Plessis has been on an incredible run, undefeated since 2016 and successfully defending his title twice. The stage is set for August 16th at the United Center in Chicago for what could be one of the most explosive title fights we've seen in recent years. This prediction from Muhammad adds another layer of intrigue to UFC 319's main event. If Chimaev follows this strategic advice and keeps the fight standing early while managing his cardio, we could see a very different fight than most people expect.
He came here, fought his ass off, broke my nose. Like, dude, hell yeah, man. Like, hats off. You fought like a fucking man.
He's a little sloppy at times. He does get tired. But the reality is he finds a way to win.
He's a crafty little minx, that one.
Du Plessis will need to be aware that his usual strategy of weathering early storms and breaking opponents late might not work if Chimaev fights disciplined. The South African champion might need to be more aggressive early or find ways to force wrestling exchanges to tire out Borz. With both Khabib and Muhammad suggesting a similar game plan for Chimaev, don't be surprised if we see a more patient, striking-focused performance from the undefeated contender. And there you have it, fight fans. Belal Muhammad's warning to Dricus Du Plessis and his bold prediction for UFC 319. Do you think, remember the name is right about Chimaev's chances if he fights smart? Or will Du Plessis' pressure and cardio prove too much once again? Drop your predictions in the comments below. Don't forget to smash that like button if you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe for more UFC analysis, and hit the notification bell so you never miss our latest content. We'll be covering all the build-up to UFC 319, so make sure you're subscribed to catch every update. Until next time, keep training and keep watching. See you in the next one.